Well, I guess I'm used to live guide. Hi, everybody. Anyways, I hope
Sorry
everyone's
about that.
doing really well today. And I am here from Pepperdine University in Malibu, California. We actually have a lot of different campuses around Southern California. Our main business school campus is in West LA. We have our beautiful campus in Malibu, and we have Calabasas, which is also in Southern California, just a few minutes from Malibu, as well as Encino and Irvine. So I welcome you today, and I would really like this to be a chat so that I can hear your voices and see what you want to learn about. So we were going to discuss, we originally had some other panelists, but I'm here as a solo show today, and I'm so happy to be talking about why you're here to look into getting your graduate degree, and what are your aspirations and your goals coming forward. So would anyone like to come? Can they come off mute, Marco?
No, so I was actually just going to send you a message with the webinars. They can't speak physically,
Oh
but
my
they can,
goodness.
but they can type in the chat in the
Okay.
Q&A.
Okay, cool. And of course, if I'm presenting, I can't see that, correct?
You should be able to click the chat box and the Q&A box in the Zoom console.
I can't. Oh, yeah, I can't see that.
It's right beside that participant tab.
If I'm sharing my screen, oh, here I see it. Okay, got it. Okay, I see a Q&A. Yay. If I click it though, it's not opening up. I totally apologize, people. Okay, here we go. Okay, got it. All right. Hello, Mohammed. Nice to meet you guys. Welcome. I will try to go back and forth. I'm usually, just so you know, every Wednesday we do a coffee chat at Pepperdine, and it's a conversation between the participants and the presenters. So I apologize. And usually I've got someone helping me. So because I'm doing this on my own, it's a learning experience, as I hope you're all here to learn a lot. And I think we've all learned a lot in the last year, and we're all learning to be very adaptable and, just go with the flow and accept the change is the only constant that we know, right? So again, we're here to talk about professional and personal goals. I think they're both one and the same. They all feed into each other. And let me see. What I was going to have you all do is to go on to menti.com. And basically with your phone, you just type in Menti, MENTI.com. And really, this is a way for me to get to know you guys better, especially since we're not having a chat. And so when you log into Menti, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to do here. Okay, so you're going to go to Menti. You're going to type in 9772-8627, the number, the code you see on the top. And you're going to, then I would love to hear from you all to use three words. There's 3 entries, 3 short phrases as to why you're interested in pursuing your graduate degree now. So this is a word cloud, and the more we see one word being populated, the larger the word becomes. So not to say those are the only important words. I think all of the thoughts and feelings behind your answers are super important and insightful. But as you enter the words, the word cloud will start populating. This is sort of another way of doing a poll, which you probably are all more used to seeing. This is sort of like an open-ended poll. Again, you're going to go to Menti, MENTI.com. Future now. And it takes a few minutes, and then you will see the population of the words come into play. And you're welcome to add as many as you want. I think there's 3 entries. And basically what we're trying to find out is, what is motivating you? We've talked to a lot of students in the last year online. Obviously, we had to transition from being in person. money, financial, obviously, is always an aspect of going back to school. But we've seen sort of a little bit of change over time in terms of people wanting to invest in themselves. I love this. You like the program, you want to study in the US. So obviously we have some international students, and I want to welcome everyone. A brighter future, which speaks to a lot, I think, of again, self-improvement and looking to the future and what we have to look forward to. The future now, I love that too, because that to me says you're ready to take on a new step. So this is just a little reminder of who we are here. So we'll kind of revisit that, I think. And right now I'll pop back into there we go. Helping your community. So at Pepperdine, we are very into service, purpose, and leadership as a Christian value-based school. Community is very important. Collaboration is very important. Helping your parents, that's all about community and family, passion. These are great insights, and I'll be sure to send out the kind of the final results of this Menti, but thank you for participating. Really appreciate that. I'm going to go back to the presentation here. So we found that, and I should have introduced myself first. Sorry again. I'm Debbie Quigley. I'm from Pepperdine Business School. I'm senior recruitment advisor there. I have been with the school for 3 years. I've worked on all of the programs, not the full-time programs, but I've worked with the executive MBA, the doctoral students, and the MBA students. So I primarily work with the part-time students that are already located and working in the US, mostly Southern California. And here's my contact information. I will put that back up before we exit so that you may contact me later. So why are we all here? So we were interested in having a conversation. These are kind of this line of thinking has come out of, again, a lot of our coffee chats, which is our kind of weekly fireside chat we do. We invite current students, alumni, and faculty to be our guests. And we open it up to the floor to the participants to ask questions. So many times we're getting questions like these. So we thought we would kind of chat about these today in hopes that you will, again, learn more about why you might want to get a graduate degree and why Pepperdine would be the right place for you to look into. I think we already discussed this first one. Why do you want to pursue an MBA or graduate degree now? Everybody is sort of on the same page in terms of the pandemic. And as we've been home a lot by ourselves or with our family and close circle, we've thought about what the future might hold. And we've all kind of realized, I think now is an interesting time to look at our future and how we want to invest our time. And we really feel like getting a graduate degree, MBA, or a one-year master's degree, it's the perfect time to not only prepare yourself for what's happening currently, but to prepare yourself for the next normal. That's what I like to call it. It's not really the new normal anymore. It's kind of going on a year. It's the next normal. A lot of people ask about return on investment. And how I like to think about that is, first of all, if you're doing an MBA and you're planning on finishing it in 2 years, for example, it's not a 2-year investment, it's a lifetime investment. And I can attest to this. I got my MBA, I actually graduated in 1991. And since then, I like to say this is like my third career. And the only reason I've been able to transition and pivot and evolve is because I had my MBA. I have not only the background and the confidence to share my skills, but also the connections. So, over the years, as I've looked into different careers, different industries, I've been able to reach out to my colleagues from my cohort. I still talk to them every week. I know that might sound crazy, but I literally have connections with folks that were in my class before and after me, that have been lifelong and so valuable in my personal and professional development. So, not only are you going to have, the sense of belonging to that community, that alumni group, but also you have to think about it in terms of the day you step in the door at Pepperdine, you are going to learn practical applications of business that you can apply to your current job. So whether you're going full-time and you're not working, or you're doing a part-time program and you're working, you will be able to turn around the next day and utilize that information. Whether it's in an interview for your next internship, or in a board meeting at a company gathering, you will be able to use that information right away, and it will only build and get stronger as you go through the program. And as an alumni, of course, you will be able to connect with all of your other folks in your alumni network, and on a broader scale throughout the school. A little bit about the MBA's influence on career development. Again, I've sort of used my personal example. I was in finance, and I really thought I wanted to use my more creative skills and maybe transition to marketing. I used my full-time MBA to do that. I was able to go in and use career services and successfully jump into an internship to learn more practical skills and practice my learning in marketing. And then that, again, rolls into how I pivoted from a finance to a marketing degree or career. You can do that too with a master's or a part-time or full-time MBA. The world is really your oyster. So the more you put into it, the more you get out of it, the more you are able to connect with your classmates and your faculty members, the more you will learn about yourself and really discover. And it's a very transformational program at Pepperdine. It's very collaborative. So you will be able to sort of develop your own plan of attack and pursue that. And the other benefit is too, you can explore. So you may not know you're interested in finance. You may not know about digital innovation. You may not have ever seen a case study on business analytics, but you will be exposed to all of that and maybe find passions that you weren't already familiar with. A graduate degree's role in preparing you for changes in how we're doing business or the next normal. I think we talked about that a little bit too. As you are in class and you're doing your case studies, for example, you're not only helping to kind of formulate what your recommendations would be for that issue or that problem facing a business, but you're going to weave in what's going on now and come up with new solutions. So if somebody did a case study on Uber or Starbucks 5 years ago, their answers would be very different from yours now. And that's why going to Pepperdine, getting a graduate degree will prepare you for, bettering your knowledge and answers and understanding the change in the economy. And with our faculty who are practitioner faculty, meaning that they are experts in their field and they've either been working in that business field for many, many years. Many of them are still working in there. So if you've got a marketing professor, that marketing professor has practical experience, and you will bring those insights from that professor into your learning, into your evaluation of your case studies and your problem solving and your group work and so forth. Community is a big one for us at Pepperdine. Wherever you're looking at schools, I think community and networking is very, very important. What happens in the class is just as important as what happens outside of the class. And we are we've got a very big community. We have over 43,000 alumni of the Pepperdine Business School worldwide. We do have campuses across the world. We are global leaders. Our curriculum is focused on global studies, entrepreneurship, et cetera. We were founded by entrepreneurs. George Graziadio was an entrepreneur, as well as George Pepperdine. So we got a couple Georges, they're both entrepreneurs. we bring that back into our studying, our networking, our community. And again, with the faculty being practitioners, they really are mentors to the students. They are teaching because they are passionate about what they're teaching. And as well, they do research, but their primary business is to really connect with students and help them develop their career skills, personal skills, and figure out what their passion is and how to go forward with a graduate degree. Finally, creating opportunities. Again, something that's very important to look at when you're looking at a business school. You want to be able to utilize the alumni network, your current students. We actually have an amazing internal platform called Pep Connect. As soon as you're a student, you're part of this network, and it's an internal network where we have, of course, right now it's all virtual, but networking, industry events. They connect people across industry. We have a weekly lunch club that you can join, and it randomly assigns you to 3 other people. I have an alum in China that says she has met more people during the pandemic than before, just because she's been part of this lunch club. And she said it's been amazing because they're all over the world, they're across industries, and they share, business ideas. They talk about issues and collaborate on how to solve them. So really a lot of opportunity at Pepperdine to share and develop, again, lifelong connections and friendships. So I thought I'd talk about the program overview a lot. I'm going to look at the chat real quick and see if we've got anything up here. For some reason, I'm not seeing the chat. Marco, I don't know if you can see the chat or the Q&A, if you can jump in and let me know. Questions I can
answer. So there wasn't any in the chat box for the Q&A.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just some people asking about the recorded webinar. So for anyone who's curious, the recorded webinar will be posted tomorrow on our YouTube channel. Other than that, you're good to continue.
Okay, cool. So we're going to talk a little about our programs. And again, I think you're coming from all over, so hopefully this will be relevant information for you all. Oops, let's go back. This is just kind of a brief overview of our program offerings. I mentioned to you, we have various campuses. So our MS programs, which are our 12-month programs, and our full-time MBA are located in Malibu, the beautiful Malibu campus. As a student, no matter what program you're in, you are welcome to use that campus. We're hoping, that in fall we'll be back on campus, at least somewhat. Just kind of for an update on that, we are, as staff, going back a little bit here and there now. In California, of course, we follow all the regulations and the guidelines. As Pepperdine, we're fully prepared in terms of technology and safety to welcome students back on campus when we are allowed. We are working with several other universities across Southern California to coordinate and keep abreast of all of the news and, again, the regulations and allowances for us to be back on campus. So right now we're remote. But when we are in person, we have MS, which are the Masters of Science in Business Analytics, Applied Finance, Global Business, Real Estate, HR, and Organizational Development. Most of those are 12-month programs full-time. So that means you're going during the day from 8 to 12 and 1 to 5. So that assumes you are not working a full-time job. No business experience is required for the first 4, as you see. So if you've got a bachelor's degree, you would qualify to apply for those courses. The MSHR, the human resources, we expect 1 to 2 years of full-time work. That one is in West Los Angeles. The West LA campus is located near LAX, if anyone knows where that is, right off of Howard Hughes Drive. The MS in Organizational Development is a 2-year intensive. There's a couple weekdays with some weekend intensives. 4 to 6 years is the required experience on that one. And then we also have a Bachelor's of Science in Management. So if anyone is actually trying to complete their bachelor's degree, we have a completion program through our business school. And depending on your credits and your transfer information, you can, after you complete your bachelor's degree, roll into what we call the MBA-J, which is the continuation and a 1-year add-on to get your MBA. And that BSM degree is online and in West LA, not right now. I'm sorry, that one hasn't been updated. The other programs we have, I don't have a slide for this, but I'll just kind of turn to this beautiful photo of Malibu. This is actually our campus green. Right out in front of the campus is a beautiful lawn where everybody enjoys sitting and looking at the amazing ocean. I'm lucky enough to be there a lot. We do have a lot of events in Malibu. So even if you're on another campus, again, you're always welcome to come to Malibu and enjoy. We have some incredible facilities there as well. We have sports facilities, which you're of course welcome to use, libraries, etc. There's an amazing arts center. We host a lot of artists and musicians over the year. Again, we do have the MS programs in addition to the MBA programs. So I will touch on the MBA programs a little bit. The full-time MBA program requires a year experience and is located in Malibu. I believe that also requires a GMAT, which feeds into the merit opportunities, so merit scholarships. We have several part-time MBA programs as well. The part-time program that I work with students on takes place in the evenings, usually Monday through Thursday, 6 to 10 p.m. are the classes. You can complete the program in 2 years by doing about 2 classes per term. We have 3 terms a year, and we actually have 3 starts a year. So right now we're accepting applications for the fall 2021 start, which begins the end of August. We do offer, again, merit scholarships and other incentives, and I'm happy to talk to any of you one-on-one this week or next in the future to talk to you more about our scholarshiping. For the part-time MBA, we don't require the GMAT. So part-time executive and presidents and key executives, no GMAT is required, no GMAT or GRE. What's required for the part-time program is 2 years of full-time work experience. For the executive program, it's 7 to 10 years, and presidents and key executives, PKE, is 13 years plus. And obviously, we require more leadership in terms of those higher level executive programs. The part-time program, 2 years minimum full-time work experience, official undergraduate bachelor's transcripts, and we require an essay. If there's a Q&A, please, Marco, feel free to interrupt and let me answer that. A couple of the differentiators, I will call them, for Pepperdine is that for all of the programs, again, we have practitioner faculty, they're experts in their field. We have small class sizes, so you're never going to be in a class with more than 25 people. And in fact, in some of the remote campuses like Calabasas, Encino, and Irvine, those classes are more like 20 people. So you really get to network and know your classmates very well. They're across industry, and you may have people too with many years of work experience mixed in with those with fewer years. Everybody has something to offer, and we really pride ourselves in the way that we collaborate and learn from each other. And where someone with 3 years of work experience might be more adept at the tech side of it, someone with 10 years might have had a lot of leadership experience, and those things are what really makes the conversation very rich and the learning sort of very valuable in terms of what you get out. Again, the alumni network, 43,000 plus. You are immediately connected. Obviously, you can connect on LinkedIn. We have separate Pepperdine groups within LinkedIn, but we have our own internal Pep Connect. And we're encouraging all of our alumni and current students to join that. That's a few years old now, and it's growing. And it really is an amazing way to kind of connect on all levels, whether that be a virtual club, a networking connection, an industry event, connecting with an alumni in a different state or a different country if you're interested in learning about that. We do have the entrepreneurial and global focus as well throughout our programs. For the part-time program and full-time, I believe as well, we do have a global component. Typically, when we're allowed to travel, we have programs in the spring where you, as a student, get to choose one of maybe 5 or 6 places you can travel to, and you travel as a group and you learn from executives globally on how business is done in their particular part of the world and how they do business with the US. We do offer internships. They're micro internships for the part-time program, and for the full-time program, we do summer internships as well.
Debbie, so just may I interject if you have
Yes,
time for
absolutely.
questions? Actually, perfect time.
Go for it. Question.
So someone said, hello, about science and management. Please expand, I think.
Okay, so that the batch
is it ICT, or this person asked?
I don't know what ICT is, I'm sorry. The Bachelor's in Sciences and Management is a bachelor's completion program. So I believe that's really more of a domestic thing. So if you haven't completed your bachelor's degree, if you have an AA degree, or you're in the middle of, or you've got, you never finished your bachelor's, but maybe you only have 1 term left, you are connected with an advisor in our group, and they evaluate your transcripts and advise you as to what you need to apply and continue to complete your bachelor's degree, but it's within the graduate school. So that's what the BSM degree is. Again, once you complete the bachelor's as a BSM graduate, you also have the opportunity to attend another year and add on to that curriculum and get your MBA. So you're skipping a year basically to actually get your MBA. With a certain GPA, we also are giving a major scholarshiping to do that MBA program as part of the BSM completion program.
Perfect. And then the next question. So if you are an international student, that don't have work experience, that's the question.
So all of those MS programs, you would be able to apply. Those are full-time programs, and you would be able to apply as an international student without, I'll just turn back to that page. That helps. So the MS programs, business analytics, applied finance, global business, and real estate. If you look under work experience, no work experience is required, just the bachelor's degree. So you would apply, you would just go through the regular application process with your bachelor's degree. If you're an international student, we do require your bachelor's degree to be translated course by course, so that we can relate it to GPA, et cetera, for the US. Any other questions?
Not in the Q&A, no.
Okay. I'm really at the point right now where I'm happy to answer questions. This again is my contact information. We would of course love to host you as soon as our campus opens back up. In terms of the tours, I know everybody loves to go down to Malibu and tour the campus. Right now it's officially closed, but we're hoping again that by summertime we'll be open for tours, and we're working on how that would schedule out. I would say if you are visiting the US though, and you just show up to the gate, they won't be able to unfortunately let you tour at this time. So make sure you always check our website, which is pepperdine.edu, or just Google Pepperdine Graziadio Business School. You will land on our main page, and maybe you can put that in the chat. I don't know if I can add
Yeah. If you want to tell me what the website is, I can
Yeah.
put it in the chat.
Oh, here. I found the chat.
Oh yeah.
Um,
And then also, maybe just to expand, since the theme today is studying in the USA, do you have any advice for students who are looking to get their education in the USA, who are
yeah,
international?
absolutely. So I would, yeah, let me see if I can just grab, can I stop sharing for a minute?
Absolutely.
I want to, I want to tell you that we, especially since we're virtual right now, it's actually the perfect time. I'm sorry, I'm not be able to do this. I can send it to you afterwards. We have a lot of events online right now. So I would say, no matter who it is, if you're, researching several universities, go onto their website and see if they have virtual events. So for our full-time programs and for all of our programs, we are offering coffee chats, which are informal. Usually we do them on Wednesdays at noon. So it's like during lunchtime. For us in the US, we have class visits. You can sign up and basically you just go to our website, click on visit and register for an event. We also give discount codes after events so that if you want to apply, you can actually get a discount off the application fee. But that is a good way of learning about a school right now, right? Since we can't go physically maybe to visit the school, or if you're looking at an online program, you can get familiar with the campus, you can get familiar with the class, how they're conducting class and the faculty, and you can hear from students and alumni and faculty in our chats. So for me personally, I think that's the best way. Whenever I talk to a student, even if I talk to a student personally for an hour, I want them to do their research. I want them to understand what we're offering and how it fits with their goals. So I would say, sign up for a live event if you can. And then on our website as well, and Marco, maybe you can just Google it for me. It's, if you do visit Pepperdine Graziadio, and put that in the chat, the link will take you to our website. Again, if you go to the link, if you go look under archived, you will also see loads of recorded webinars. So you can look back at webinars with alumni who graduated 6 years ago and now is starting a business with one of his classmates. So he didn't even know he was really interested in entrepreneurial endeavors. He went to learn more about finance, and he ended up starting a business with a classmate 6 years post-graduation. So each of those webinars that's recorded and available is going to help you understand what an education in the US will be like, what people are doing with their education. And then the current students often get on with us as well and share their experiences in class. How's it been during the pandemic to be online? You'll learn about that. How's it been to study a certain concentration? So within our program, we have within the full-time and the part-time MBA programs, we have core curriculum, and then we have concentrations, which are the elective tracks. So you'll learn more if you look online or if you attend an event about our concentrations, about people who are studying different things within the MBA program or within the MS program. You'll be able to ask questions live. You can actually request questions as well when you sign up for an event. And again, I think that's the best way to research. Anything else?
Yes, there's a question in the Q&A. So what if I'm interested in information technology?
Okay, so I believe in the full-time MBA program, you can do that too, but information technology, we have a program for data analytics within the MBA and digital information. So if you're doing the full-time or part-time MBA, that would be one of the concentrations that I'm referring to, or elective track. So you're going to get a broad sense of business by doing the core curriculum. And then at a certain point in the curriculum, you start adding the electives, which is going to give you exposure to, again, digital innovation, business analytics, et cetera. If you think you're interested in one area and then you can't really decide and you want to explore another, we actually have a general management concentration as well, meaning you can sort of pick and choose your own electives. So digital information technology, you may find I really want to do like a class in legal as well. So again, if you go on our website and you go under curriculum, under the program you're looking at, you will also find the descriptions of our classes. So you will learn a little bit more about the specifics of what that concentration might include. So typically, you have a certain number of credits you have to do to earn that concentration. But I will also tell you, you can take more classes. So for the part-time MBA, it's a 52-unit program. The core curriculum has 4 units. The electives usually have 2. But as an alumni, you can actually come back and do more concentrations. So say you did a finance concentration and then you decided, I really actually want to learn more about global business. You can come back and each term, your first class is actually 75% discounted. So we are encouraging sort of ongoing learning, and we think that's really important. And, I think we're all sort of lifelong learners, or you wouldn't be on this webinar. You're interested in continuing your journey and your exploration of yourself and what you can do. And we're here together, with you to explore that and to hopefully help you achieve those goals. Anyone else?
So I'm not seeing any more. Does anyone have any more questions? Please place it in the Q&A box or the chat box, and we'll be happy to get that there for you. Do you maybe want to go back to the Menti and we can talk about some of those?
Sure. I mean, yeah. I was going to ask too, if you can put in the chat box or Q&A with, who's thinking about applying for fall? I'm just trying to get a sense of like, are you looking in the next year? Are you excited about applying for fall? If you could, I would normally ask you to rename yourself, but we're not doing that. If you're all international students, I would love to know that as well. Anyone coming from the US? And let's see. I'm going to present. Let me share my screen. Hold on one sec.
Also, Renisa, I see you have your hand up. If you wanted to actually type in the Q&A or the chat box what your question was, we can definitely answer that for you.
So can you see that now?
Yeah, we can see that.
So this is sort of the end of our population. And if anybody jumped in late and wants to add to it, I would love that too. This is a word cloud, and it's basically you go onto menti.com, you type in that code, and as people type in words, they get larger if more than one person types it in. So obviously money was a big one, right? Everyone's always kind of interested in how they can further their career and be more successful financially and hopefully personally. Entrepreneurship is one of our big things at Pepperdine. I mentioned that we were founded by an entrepreneur, George Pepperdine, and our business school was also founded by another entrepreneur, George Graziadio. Helping community, we're very big into service, purpose, and leadership as a Christian faith-based school. We are all about community. We have 43,000 alumni worldwide. So we are global. We are AACSB accredited. We are the highest accreditation for a business school, and that's an international accreditation. A bright future, be a better person. We're all about like the collaboration and the community. Our programs are very collaborative. People, I think they really enjoy the group work as well as the individual work. So working on yourself and then bringing your skills and your talents to group. Passion, of course, we love that. You like the program. I think we have a lot to offer in our different programs, and I would encourage everybody to connect with us on an individual basis so that we can learn more about you individually and hopefully answer your questions and find the right program for you. We have so many programs. I think there's over 10 or 12 programs now, whether they be online or in person. And helping family, I love that too, because we're all, again, about the community, helping each other, trying to figure out what the next normal is. Any other questions?
Yeah, we actually do. So one question from Anissa is, can we continue grade 12 in the USA?
High school? Is that meaning high school?
I believe, yeah. So I believe what where this person's going with the question is if they can continue studying or finishing their grade 12 year in the USA and then transfer into.
So Pepperdine is just well, the undergraduate campus starts their bachelor's degree. So you really have to complete your K through 12 and have that high school diploma in order to apply, but you can apply as, as a graduate of, within a 12th grade graduate can apply to the undergraduate. The BSM program that we were talking about earlier, the bachelor completion program, you actually have to already be working on your bachelor's degree to do that. And that's oftentimes those are folks who have a lot of work experience, many years. So maybe they were in the middle of an undergraduate degree and they stopped because they were pursuing a professional career, but then they wanted to go back for, many reasons. So they might be 2 or 3 years already into their bachelor's degree. So I would say, get your high school diploma and then come on over to the US and start at Pepperdine. And I actually have a colleague who graduated undergraduate degree, and then she worked for a few years at Pepperdine, and she's just completing her MBA now.
Awesome. Yeah. So I hope that answers your question there. And then I have a question, one last question. So I have a diploma in ICT. Am I eligible? And I think she corrected herself saying college diploma. So
yes. So college
diploma.
Yeah, absolutely. If that qualifies as a bachelor's degree, basically we have you use an accredited organization to translate your degree. So NACES.org, I think I can write that in the. So if you answer, can I type my answer? Okay. So NACES.org. If you go to this website, we actually, can you see the answer for that?
The answer?
Yeah, I sent the answer. I don't know if that shows up.
Oh yeah.
Answered.
Yeah, it's under answered.
Sorry. Okay. So NACES.org is an umbrella organization. If you go onto their website, you will see accredited institutions that will translate your degree. We prefer WES, W-E-S. And I typed that as well, I think. WES.org. What you do when you apply, so when you apply, your official transcripts are required. To get an official transcript, if you have an international bachelor's degree, you have to request from wes.org. You follow the outline of what they have you do, but you must ask for a course by course evaluation. I know there are different types of evaluations. Some are just general evaluations, but doing a course by course, they actually will kind of translate whatever GPA is internationally into a US 4.0 scale GPA. And that's one of the critical pieces to apply. And then we actually also have an office for international students, OISS. If you go onto our website, again, if you type in OISS, it'll take you to a landing page. You can email them. There's a lot of information on there about what is required. We require TOEFL score, the English proficiency test score, and there are some other requirements, but there's a wealth of information on our Pepperdine Graziadio website as well. Anything else?
So we have about another 10 minutes or so to go over any questions from anyone. Please feel free to type them in the chat and the Q&A, and we'll be happy to answer those there.
Yeah.
And then Debbie, you showed your contact information on the screen. If you maybe want to just put that up again.
Yeah. And I'm like looking to see if I spell my name right. I just put it in the Q&A answers as well. Let's see if I can find my contact information.
And then will you be on the booth in the exhibit hall, or is that Shani?
There are actually, I think another colleague of mine will be there. Sorry, let me share the screen here.
No worries.
I believe Sam will be there.
Awesome. So if anyone has any more questions after this, they can head over to the exhibit hall. And
if anyone doesn't know who to, I'm sorry about the noise, guys. If anyone is confused about who to contact or what the website is, please just email me. I'm happy to answer any questions, connect you with the right person. I have amazing colleagues who've been working at the school for a long time and can answer all of the questions, especially the international ones. I typically work with Southern California students, so I apologize, I don't have all the international answers, but they can follow up very quickly and help you navigate that process.
Awesome. And then another question that has been very popular throughout the fair, I've noticed, is the fear of coming to another country, the US, we'll say, during a pandemic. And how does that affect, or how could that affect someone's decision in coming over?
Yeah, I think the thing to really keep in mind is during my orientation, when I started at Pepperdine, they kind of gave an example. If the law says you have to do A and B, Pepperdine will do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Whatever the health concerns are, we are always going to go above and beyond what is required to make sure our staff, faculty, and students are safe. So again, we are working with other big universities in Southern California, USC, UCLA, Loyola, all of our local, community colleges, to make sure that we're all on the same page, to make sure that everybody who comes to the US to study on our campuses will be as safe as possible. So we would never open the doors until we felt 100% sure that everyone is safe and has a choice. Given that for summer, we are remote. So we're teaching only online. For fall, we have not made that announcement yet. We are accepting applications for fall, but my gut is that we'll be hybrid, so that people have options if they're not vaccinated, if they are vaccinated, if they're not comfortable, if they want to study a certain way. We have been developing hybrid programs for years, actually. We've been online for years, so we're very adept at really adapting to whatever is coming up. That's why I call it the next normal. But I would say, again, it's a personal decision, but we will make sure to offer every opportunity for safety and health on the campus. Of course, we have, health providers on campus and so forth. And, we're in Southern California. We're near some of the most amazing hospitals and healthcare, et cetera. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it definitely did. That's really great. So we have just about 9 minutes if anyone has any questions. And I also had one that oh yeah, do you want to maybe point on the status of California with vaccinations and everything? I know we were talking about it earlier.
Sure. I mean, I wish I had.
If students come over as an international student, would they be what would be the procedure?
Yeah, so just kind of to give you background, our university president, President Gash, he gets online and does town halls all the time. So in the beginning of the pandemic, it's like once a week, and his staff, his advisors also come online and talk about what the latest is with the pandemic. So we have advisors that talk about health, talk about vaccines, that talk about education and where we're at with that. So you would always be updated, and those are recorded, and as a student you can listen to those as well. Right now, California is, I actually just heard that mid-July, we're supposed to sort of open back up fully. Right now, we have opened in terms of things like dining and so forth. We still wear masks outside. The Pepperdine Malibu campus, students are allowed to meet outside in small groups of 10 or less to study. So if you have a tutoring or a study section that's a small group, you're allowed to meet outside. That's actually, socially distanced. We aren't allowed inside the classroom yet. And that really is not our determination. That's California State's determination. Vaccines have opened up for educators, staff, faculty, and faculty at the beginning of this. I guess it was maybe mid-March. So I was telling Marco last night I got my second vaccine. I was a little worried, but I was totally fine. We have in California, they're offering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is one vaccine only. Moderna and Pfizer, which are two vaccines. Right now, I don't think it's officially open, but I know that 50 and over, if you're 50 years old or over, you're open to registering for a vaccine. But I believe they're opening it up soon to 16 years and older. So I would imagine by fall, I mean, the US in general is talking about sort of by, I think they were actually talking about in early May to have vaccines offered for everybody.
Awesome.
So,
And
yeah.
then one last question I had was for everyone, what is your favorite thing to do on campus when it is open?
Oh my goodness. Actually, something that I've only been able to do a couple times that I really, really want to do is to go to the Performing Arts Center again. I've been there many times for different events like women's founders events, but they have some world-class entertainment, whether it be plays or music. They actually every year have there's a guitar competition. We have an amazing undergraduate music department, and there's a specialty, I guess, in studying guitar, and I just thought that would be so amazing. So I definitely want to do that. And the other thing is I've actually never visited the pool, and I hear a lot of people go down to the pool and hang out. I don't know. I mean, it's open to swim, and of course we have amazing athletics. So anything that's open outside, that's what I would raise my hand to do right now.
Amazing. So we have 5 minutes. If you maybe want to kind of have some closing remarks, we'll finish up.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to thank everybody. I mean, I'm so glad that there's so many participants today. I really appreciate your time. I know it's kind of all hours of the evening or morning or what have you. We would love to connect with you one-on-one. We have so many amazing programs. Our faculty are world-class, and they really care about the students. And that's what I love most about Pepperdine, is that everyone is really so supportive, and we want to help you be successful, whether that is from a recruitment advisor's perspective, successful in the application process, or successful in creating the life you want to satisfy your goals, personally, professionally. And again, they're very transformative programs. So not only are you going to get the academics, but you're going to get the personal satisfaction. And we're here to help. We're here to help figure out the what path is right, what program is right, how to best present yourself in an application, how to finance your degree, and please reach out.
Awesome. And we have actually one more question that came in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we can close with. Hello, can we study at a university without an English exam? I mean, without passing, for example, IELTS or TOEFL, if we know English well.
Those are required. on any kind of international. If you have an undergraduate degree, an international undergraduate degree, the IETS, I think, or ITES, I can't remember, I'm sorry, or the TOEFL degree or the TOEFL test, they are required. So definitely that's something to start working on.
Awesome.
I think the only exception for that, now that I say that, of course, the only exception is if your undergraduate degree is international, but it was taught in English. I think that's the one exception. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise, get to studying. We're excited to see you in Pepperdine in Malibu.
Awesome. And why not? The weather is probably amazing.
It's amazing.
To
It
the
was,
four
I think it was
seasons.
84 degrees last weekend. And
Oh.
yes, the beaches were crowded. Not like Florida,
but awesome. So we'll end off there. You can check out Pepperdine's booth in the exhibit hall. And yeah, thank you so much, Debbie, for participating and for presenting today.
Thank you. It was wonderful being here, and have a wonderful day, everybody. And thank you for attending.
Thank you. Ciao, everyone.
Bye.